Hi, my name is Fatin Akila binti Mislin, student ID 2023284562. Today, I will be presenting on the topic Ineffectiveness of Training Transfer in Organization. This discussion is based on the article titled Role of Motivation to Learn in Training Transfer and Job Performance under Peer and Supervisor Support in the Vietnam's Public Sector, written by Phuong V. Nguyen and Tuyet T. Tan Tran, published in the International Journal of Advanced and Applied Science in 2020. Through this presentation, I will discuss the concept of ineffective training transfer, its cause, impact, and recommendation based on the finding of the studies. This topic will cover definition of training and development, second, introduction of the issue or challenges, third, causes of the issue, fourth, impact to the organization, fifth, recommendation or suggestion of the issue, summary, reference, and appendix. Definition of training. Training refers to planned effort by a company to facilitate learning of job-related competency, knowledge, skills, and behavior by employees. The goal of training is for employees to master the knowledge, skill, and behavior emphasized in training and apply them to their day-to-day activities. Traditionally, companies have relied on formal training through a course, program, or event to teach employees the knowledge, skills, and behavior they need to successfully perform their job. Development is similar to training, except that it tends to be more future-focused. Development refers to training as well as formal education, job experience, relationship and assessment of personality, skills, and ability that help employees prepare for future job or position. Introduction. Ineffectiveness of training transfer in organization is reduced training effectiveness and organizational ROI. Factors such as weak managerial support, limited practice opportunities, unsupportive work environment, and poor alignment between training and job requirement prevent employees from applying new skills, causing learning to remain theoretical. Addressing low training transfer is crucial as it impacts productivity, employees' competence, and competitiveness. These require effectiveness training design, strong post-training support, and a workplace culture that promotes continuous learning and application. Let's discuss what is main issue or challenges about this topic. First, lack of application of learned skill. Second, gap between training content and job requirement. Third, lack of workplace support after training. First, the lack of application of learned skill. It occurs when employees are unable or unwilling to apply the knowledge, skill, or behavior gained during training to their actual job tasks. Although training may be well designed and delivered effectively, its value is lost if learning does not translate into improved workplace performance. This problem often happens when training knowledge is not transferred to real workplace tasks. Employees may understand the concept during training, but due to limited opportunities, lack of confidence, or insufficient workplace support, the learning remains theoretical. Without practical application and reinforcement, training fails to produce meaningful changes in workplace behavior. Second, the gap between training content and job requirement. It occurs when what employees learn during training does not match the actual skills, tasks, or challenges they face in their daily work. Training may focus on general knowledge or theoretical concepts, while job roles require practical, job-specific skills. This misalignment makes it difficult for employees to apply what they have learned in real work situations. Although employees may understand the concept, they often find them irrelevant or impractical for specific roles. As a result, training remains theoretical, limits performance improvement, and reduce overall training effectiveness, it leading to inefficient use of organizational resources. Third, lack of workplace support after training. It refers to the absence of encouragement, guidance, and resources from supervisor, peers, and the organization that help employees apply newly learned skills at work. Even when employees are motivated and training is relevant, the absence of post-training support can prevent learning from being transferred to actual job performance. This lack of support leaves employees unsure how to apply new skills in their daily tasks. Without guidance and reinforcement, learned skills may fade over time, reducing training effectiveness and limiting improvement in job performance. Let's move to cause of issue. First, poor training design is one of the main causes of low training transfer. Often, training lack of job relevance, meaning the content is too theoretical and does not align with the actual tasks and challenges employees face daily. When employees cannot see how the training applies in their work, it becomes difficult for them to apply new skills effectively. Poorly designed training often relies on passive learning method, limiting engagement and practice without interactive and hands-on activity. Employees may lack confidence in applying new skills. Unclear objective or overly complex content further reduce retention, making it difficult to transfer learning to the workplace and lowering overall training effectiveness. Second cause is unsupportive work environment is another major cause of low learning transfer. A key factor is the lack of supervisor support. Managers may fail to provide encouragement, guidance, or constructive feedback when employees attempt to apply new skills, leaving them unsure about how to implement training in real work situations. Without this support, employees may feel hesitant or anxious about making mistakes, which reduce their willingness to experiment and apply what they have learned. Time constraints such as heavy workload and tight deadlines limit opportunity to practice new skills. When employees cannot apply training promptly or consistently, leading fades, reducing training effectiveness and limiting improvement in job performance. Third, low learner motivation and accountability is another key of causes. One reason is that trainers often perceive no direct benefit from the training. If employees do not see how the training contributes to their personal career growth or make their daily work easier, they are less likely to engage actively or take the learning seriously. Without understanding the relevance or value, employees may treat the training as a mandatory obligation rather than an opportunity to develop skills. When training is viewed merely as a break from work, focus and participation decline. Low motivation and accountability reduce commitment to applying new skills, resulting in minimal impact on workplace performance. So, impact on the organization. First, waste of training investment. When employee fails to apply what they have learned, the organization investment in training is waste. Time, money, and resources spent on designing and delivering programs do not generate the intended benefits. As a result, the cost of training outweighs the outcomes, making the initiative ineffective and lowering the overall return on investment. Second, no improvement in performance or productivity. That means the employee performance and productivity remain largely unchanged. Skills and knowledge gained during training do not translate into improved work output or efficiency. This stagnation not only affects individual performance but also limits the organization's ability to achieve its goals, slowing growth and reducing overall competitiveness. Third, Limited organizational growth and competitiveness. When employees cannot effectively use new skills, the organization struggles to innovate, adapt, or respond to changing market demand. Without a skilled and capable workforce, it becomes difficult to maintain a competitive edge, implement new strategies, or improve process, ultimately hindering long-term organizational growth. So recommendation or suggestion about this topic: first, implement action-oriented training design. To ensure that learning is applied on the job, training should include actionable components such as action plans. These plans required employees to commit to applying specific skills or technique immediately after the session. By linking training content directly to real-world tasks, employees can practice new skills in a relevant context, which increase retention and confidence. Action-oriented design also helps trainees visualize how learning can directly impact their daily responsibility, making the training more meaningful and effective. Second, utilize long-term evaluation tools. It is important to provide ongoing support to reinforce learning after training. Organizations can implement peer coaching or a learning buddy program, where employees encourage and guide each other while applying new skills. Regular check-ins, feedback sessions, or follow-up evaluation help to identify challenges early, provide motivation, and ensure accountability. Long-term evaluation not only strengthens skills application but also helps managers to track the effectiveness of training over time, enabling continuous improvements. Third, internal knowledge sharing. Another effective strategy is to encourage trainees to teach their peers what they have learned. A short 15-minute peer teaching session allows employees to consolidate their knowledge and share practical insight with colleagues. This approach reinforces learning, builds confidence, and promotes a culture of continuous development within the organization. Knowledge sharing also ensures that training benefits are multiplied across the team rather than remaining isolated to individual participants. By implementing this recommendation, organizations can bridge the gap between training and real-world application, increase employee engagement, and enhance overall performance and productivity. So in conclusion, ineffectiveness of training transfer in organization to the workplace is a significant challenge because training is only effective when employees are able to apply what they have learned in their daily work. When training transfer is low, organizations experience limited improvement in performance and productivity, leading to waste resources and reduced employee capability. This issue often arises from poor alignment between training content and job requirement, ineffective training design, lack of managerial support, and unsupportive work environment, which cause employees to revert to old work practice. Therefore, organizations must take a strategic and holistic approach by ensuring job-relevant training, strong supervisory support, continuous feedback, and post-training follow-ups. Improving training transfer is an ongoing process that requires commitment from both management and employees, and when effectively achieved, it enhances return on investment, employee performance, and organizational adaptability to future challenges. That's all from me. Thank you.